Since the dawn of time, man has needed something to carry his things on his person while he travels, goes to war, and goes out on adventures. And nothing has been quite as needed, versatile, and as great as the haversack. But what is the haversack, you might be asking? Well, in the 17th century, the haversack was made to carry oats for the cavalry, and it was your oats bag, so you could feed your horse. Now, what these guys figured out is this is a very lightweight piece of fabric that was stitched up together, and you could carry your havers, or they'd use extra ones to carry extra things like cap and ball for their muskets, their weaponry, and also carrying their own food. Now, there has been multiple different iterations that we can talk about. Something like this, the Pathfinder's haversack, is such a great piece of gear. Wax canvas, super thin, packs down to nothing, but you can carry a lot with it. Also, military for gas masks. This is a little custom I made a little while ago for my D&D campaigns. But the haversack has had a lot of uses throughout its time. Military, adventure, bushcrafting, trapping, you name it, and the haversack has had a piece. Now, even in the modern day, satchels. It's just a modern haversack. This is my nut sack. This is my adventure bag. Full video on this if you want to check it out on the channel. And we have messenger bags like this. Big old messenger wax canvas bags. So these have been very useful pieces. And today, I was checking it out. An Otter Rafts challenge of the month has come out. So I'm going to teach y'all how to make your own haversack. And of course, as it tends to always go for me making this haversack, I lost all my footage. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did. What I did is I found two simple, easy bandanas. This one's a black bandana and a purple bandana. And what I did is I just stitched around the sides. Doesn't have to be pretty. I'm not perfect. It's just sewing all and some string, and I sewed this together, reversed it around. Now this little bag slash haversack is something super easy to make. All it costs is the price of two bandanas. You take some string on the corners, tie it around, and you have a nice little haversack side bag. And what's nice about this, you can still use it like a typical bandana if you want to tie it across your face or your neck, so it has multiple different uses for it. And what's really nice is this packs away super small and tight. You could even fit this in your pocket, throw it into your bag, throw them into your cars, and it's something you can have on you at all times. Throw it into your EDC pouch, pop it open for foraging or what have you. And this and a little bit of paracord is a simple little haversack. Like I said, you just got to sew up this, keep the top open, and you've got a nice little simple haversack pouch. But that's not all I wanted to do today. I've had this idea for a long time of making a haversack that closes in the middle. Let me give you an example. So for the Pathfinder, it's got this piece that dangles down and this little flap. You open it up and you've got your large main pocket right here, and you've got a smaller main pocket right here in the flap. So my idea is, what if that flap was the full size, just like a saddlebag? and have both sides flap down and lash together so I could carry more like clothing or a wool blanket and have a full system inside this bag. And I was trying to think of what materials I would like to use. I could use some spare canvas that I have laying around, but something I haven't seen done, but I'd like to try, is doing it out of an old pair of blue jeans. My shop, and we are going to be working on my haversack. So I've got it all completed. It's all stitched up and everything, and I've actually taken it out on a couple excursions, testing it out, seeing if it's something I like, and I've actually fallen in love with this design. It's one of my favorites. So we're on to the final part, and that is waxing it. So we're going to get it waxed. I am using some chunks of beeswax, and I am going to be mixing it up with linseed oil to wax it up. So I've got this piece that I've been heating up and melting down these blocks into right here. And I'm going to add some linseed oil into it and take you guys along with me for the journey. So let's get into it. we got that all waxed up. That was my first time ever waxing jeans. And it takes a lot easier than something like a canvas does. So it's saturated all the way through, so I think it's going to turn out really well. It's still really hot, so I'm letting it cool off. But I wanted to let you know, if you subscribe to the channel, you have an opportunity to win this Benchmade Lucue. All you got to do, subscribe to the channel, comment, and share it with a friend for a chance to win this beautiful Benchmade Lucue. Now let's get back to it. Also, if you like watches, or you like, knives, make sure to go check out the sponsors of the channel today. Summit Watch Club and Timber Knives in Heber City, Utah. Super happy that they sponsored me. They're good buddies of mine, and they're helping me out. So go help them out. Go show them some love. Go follow them on Instagram. Drop down a comment. Said Red sent you. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate them. Let's get back to the video. Well, what do y'all think? I'm pretty happy with the way that she turned out. Should have lashed that to myself, and there's a way to do that. So let's get into it. So my original design for this piece was to work like an actual haversack that you'd have over your saddlebag or over your horse's neck flank to hold in the front. Now I wanted a haversack that I could go on a full one-nighter with, or a whole expedition with, and I think I managed that. And one of the ways I did that is by having it so I could have my wool blanket on here. See, I take this string. I did do a strap at first, but the string makes it a lot more versatile. I can throw it over my shoulder like this, and now the blanket's not going anywhere. I can jump around and have a bunch of fun, and it's holding all together. And I have an entire kit right here with this haversack. Back to the Hellraiser to kind of take this apart and show you guys what's going on. So right there I have the string wrapped around the actual bag. And what that allows me to do is lash down really whatever I would like to, whether it's my wool blanket, which my wool blanket actually has this strap, so I could run the straps up through this if I wanted to make it a little easier on myself and run it this way. But this was to show off that it could carry this inside. Now, is a blanket the only thing it can carry inside? No, it could carry really whatever you'd like inside, whether you need to move some firewood or carry some other things. But I wanted this pack to be extremely versatile to the point that I could throw this over the hump of a dirt bike or a horse while out on the trail, or throw it over some bars on my razor. So I could throw this over the bars of my razor and have access to the pockets on each side. Now, all I've got in it for this little excursion I'm on, and what I'd probably carry in this pack, is I have my cook pot. This has everything I'd need to cook, boil water, cook food, all that. Nice and tight, fits down in here beautifully. And the reason I wanted to keep it this long is because I don't have another haversack that's quite this long that I can get some of my longer tools and stuff in without them poking out or dangling around. I wanted them to be closed off, and I could fill it with food, or while I'm foraging, I could stick longer pieces in there and really fill it up. And just using the denim from the blue jeans, the legs, it all came together really well. I also have my Grail water bottle. Always need water out here in the desert. I can go down to the lake or down by the river, fill this up, and have pure water. Also, I always have my knife on me, so I don't have a knife in the bag. I have the Aurora Dad from Texas Hunting Knives. Now, what I love about this is I could clip this onto the strings and the paracord and then pull out my knife if I didn't want to have it on my belt or on my person. Now, the two big items I wanted to be able to carry is my large silky saw. This is a big saw, but it does a number on trees and processing and going out and getting burls and sap and nice pieces of wood I want to work with. So it's really nice to have this large saw. I mean, this thing's as long as my arm, and I'm 6'5", so really useful to have. And the other thing I wanted is I have a lot of bags that have dangler attachments for my axes. This can fit my full-size customized Viking axe, is what I like to call it, my carpenter's axe, and it can fit this big old hunk all the way inside. Now, I can chop down a tree with this. I can do wood carving, bushcrafting, shelter making with this piece. I can also do fine stuff like filleting a fish with it. Not the easiest thing in the world to do, but I can do it with it. And I wanted to be able to carry those two items very comfortably. Now you can see the inside, some of that wax that I waxed it with has permeated all the way through, and I really like that. It's given it like a solid, scratchy, held up piece to it. How do I even explain that? It's made it water resistant, and it's got this rougher, grittier, more stable texture to it that I really enjoy. Now, when it's completely empty, it just hangs down on my side. And yeah, it's a little long, but I almost like that better because it can ride in the back, and it just gives me so much versatility to get in and out. Just throw that over. I can get into, yeah, it does make it a little more difficult to get into this pocket, but all I need to do is throw that down, twist it, and I can get into this pocket. So this is a piece I haven't seen anybody else do, and it's an idea I've had for a while, and I really like the way it turned out. I think I am going to continue to carry this and use this and innovate on it, because it really is a nice little piece, and every single piece is useful down to the cordage. It's just 300-foot strands of paracord all braided together, and everything is replaceable. Even the D-rings that I ran through it, I could run carabiners, everything, and just hang it off of this piece. Brain works. Turn this into a backpack to support that weight on each side of your shoulders. If you're carrying a lot of weight, maybe the kids and wife found a bunch of crystals and a bunch of heavy stuff, and you want to support it on both shoulders, and that way you can walk around with it on your shoulders. So the versatility of this piece is probably my favorite, and this has probably been one of my favorite things to work on in the last couple months. So thank you, Otter, for shouting out this challenge and giving me an opportunity to show this off and put my creative juices to flow and make this cowboy Wrangler jean haversack. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go get lost, find a way. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.